Welcome back to this Guild Wars 2 Let's Play. Yours Sambo, Seraphis heals a lot, and joining us as always here in the brand new lands of Tyria is the Queen of Ascalon, the Twitch Witch herself, the lovely pink Regina J. Lacerta, as she salutes. What? Have you been learning more emotes? Good evening, my lady.
Good evening, sir. Me, learn emotes? No, they run in my blood.
Yeah, I think you're right there. Gosh, you know what? I reckon you probably know every single emote in the game already, and you've only been in it 5 minutes. Hang on, let me try that one. Is it salute? Oh, well, there you go. I've learnt a new one as well. Do you know what, though? I still can't get over the dance. And in fact, I'm going to do a dance right now. There we go. Because, Reggie, you know what? You're from Melbourne. I'm from Melbourne. This is actually the Melbourne Shuffle. Can you believe? We're world famous in Tyria now. Pretty good, huh?
We are.
And of course,
shuffling.
The other thing is that because Reggie and I are from Melbourne, you know, speaking of things that run in your blood, both Reggie and I can do this naturally from birth, right, Reggie?
Yeah, of course. I have that buster move ability.
Yes, same here. Not. Oh dear. But yes, that is, there you go, a bit of trivia for you guys and gals. That is actually a dance that originated here in Melbourne, and it is quite literally, I'm not joking, called the Melbourne Shuffle. And of course, it's become famous in more recent times thanks to that song, Every Day I'm Shuffling. So there you go. Now, how do you stop dancing, by the way? How did you do that?
Just move.
Oh, just move? Oh, oops. Oh, now I'm turned away from you. There we go. All right, so you learn something every day when you're here with the wonderful Twitch Witch. And by the way, Reggie, just like to say, can you believe the amazing response we got from our very first Guild Wars 2 episode, our episode 1? Wasn't that amazing?
Oh, I'm blown away by the response. It was incredible.
It was.
Something I could never have expected.
Same here, and both Reggie and I would like to thank you guys watching along from home. There we go, a nice heartwarming bow. Thank you very, very much for your support, especially the first episode in our brand new series. Of course, we're always nervous when a new show gets put up because we never know what the response is going to be like, and you guys just absolutely made us smile from ear to ear. Most importantly, though, we're really, really happy that you guys enjoyed it, and we hope to provide hundreds of hours of entertainment moving into the future as well. Reggie, I'm so glad that we're here in Guild Wars 2, by the way. You know what? I still have a soft spot for Guild Wars 1, but there are so many cool new things in this game. You know, as I play on my alts, I keep discovering new things in the game that I had no idea about, and I understand that it's been the same for you, and I think that's thanks to a lot of our viewers, because last week, Reggie, we were talking about your bear, and by the way, what have you done with your bear? Have you cast it? Oh, there he goes. All right, now I'm hovering over it and it says juvenile brown bear. Did you know, Reggie, again, thanks to all of our viewers, that you can actually rename your pets in this game?
I didn't know, but I do now. Because yes, we have had a viewer fill me in on it.
There you go.
And it's such an easy process.
Yeah, well, yeah. So how do you, and by the way, are you going to name him?
I am, and I've chosen the name. So I just go into the pet management screen, which is K, and there's just this little green box with a yellow, looks like a feather or something in it. It doesn't look overly obvious, but yeah, click on the little icon and it brings up a rename pet screen.
Oh, there you go. See, if I hit K on mine, there we go, I'm doing it now. Yeah, nothing happens, and I guess that's because, well, I'm not a ranger.
But you're not an awesome ranger.
An awesome ranger.
So the rename pet screen, when it comes up, it actually has a list of rules. It says that it must be more than 9 characters, cannot exceed 19, and it must be using English letters and things. So it's sort of quite, as I said, self-explanatory.
Yeah, oh, that's cool. Well, of course, most importantly, what are you going to name him?
Well, there we go. I have named him.
Oh, hang on. Let me see. Let me zoom around. Oh, Mr. Sanders. Okay, I know what that's about, but go on. How did you get the name Mr. Sanders?
Well, it's actually a throwback to my childhood, about 4 years ago. So I'm...
Something in my throat there. Yep.
So he's a bear, and I was always a Winnie the Pooh fan. Who's a bear? And I don't know if you know, but it's a bit of a Winnie the Pooh reference.
Yes. I do. I'm a huge Winnie the Pooh fan. So hang on, what part of the book does that come?
It comes not far from the beginning, and I quote, "Once upon a time, a very long time ago now, about Friday, Winnie the Pooh lived in a forest all by himself under the name of Sanders." "What does under the name mean?" asked Christopher Robin. "It means he has the name over his door in gold letters and lived under it."
That is so Winnie the Pooh, isn't it? I love those books. I think that deserves a big clap because that is a brilliant name for... Oh, hang on. Is there no clap in this game? I just went /clap. What? There's no clap. Oh, I am disappointed.
No, there's no clap.
Oh, dear, oh dear. Well, anyway, I'm going to give you a clap. There you go. I'll cast a clap on myself. That is a great idea for a name. There you go, folks. Winnie the Pooh reference. And again, definitely one of my favourite child time stories. In fact, you know what's one of my favourite adult stories as well. It's so cool. I love those books. All right, well, there we go. Mr. Sanders it is. And you know what else I noticed? I'm just having a look. We're panning around you. And I can see that you've also picked up on something else that our viewers showed us. And that is dual wielding. So you must have discovered that yourself. Oh, there you go. Look at that. 2 axes. I mean, last week we only had one of them equipped, right? But you've obviously figured out that you can wear 2 now. That's awesome.
That's right. Yeah. And I like the fact that I equipped them on the opposite side that I'm going to be using them on. So I can do that whole crossed hand thing.
That's right. There you go. Maybe you're a left-hander. In fact, look, if I hit Z, I'm dual wielding as well. I've got my cowbell of smiting, and my staff there as well, or my wand or whatever it is. So I think we're ready to rock and roll pretty much. And of course, by the way, guys, if you joined us in the last episode, if we have a look at the map here, you'll remember that we're in the village of Shaemoor, and that's because we'd just come out of that opening event down here in the Shaemoor garrison, and we've been dumped back in the village here, and now we've got to go and talk to Watchman Rebec, and that is exactly what we're going to do. And you know what, from playing on my other alts, and by the way, Reggie, I've turned into a full-on altaholic in this game. Oh my god. I'm glad that there's only 5
Really? I would
slots.
not have ever imagined that of you.
Well, actually, do you know what? By the way, speaking of slots, I just discovered you can actually buy more. That's really dangerous. Yeah. I'm just going to go bonkers. Seriously, ArenaNet, I'll just give you my bank account number right now. We'll just save the pain. But anyway, yes, what we've discovered is that down off to the side here, it's all covered at the moment, but that's going to uncover over here to the west. And I know for a fact there's a whole bunch of farmers over there that are going to need our help, and that's what we're going to be doing for this and the next few episodes, I'd imagine. And you know what, Reggie? I really like these little things that pop up over to the side here because it's kind of like they're really interesting. Like, it's not just fighting. You have to do a whole lot of tasks like putting out fires and fending off attackers, carrying around buckets of water.
I'm actually going to have the upper hand on me here for once. Because
what?
I have got a couple of tunes, except I have not actually got any other humans. So this will be the first time that I'm playing through any human content.
This is something I'm going to enjoy a lot, folks. For once in our Let's Play series, I might actually, only for a few minutes probably, wear the pants.
But Sambo, look, as soon as I, see it, I will automatically be better than you.
Sadly, that is probably the truth. And what do you think? Seraphis is laughing at me as well. God, there's no escape from you lot. Well, folks, you know what? Before we do that, though, we've just got a quick shout out, and just reminding you guys, if you would like a shout out in our episodes, all you need to do is ask. This one's from Holy Warrior 95, and they say, "Hey, Sambo and Reggie, keep up the great work in the Let's Play series. Could you please give me a shout out in Guild Wars 2? We most certainly can, Holy Warrior 95, and let us know if you're playing along as well. And in fact, that goes for all of you guys. If you're playing Guild Wars 2, let us know in the comments below if you're enjoying yourself and what you think of the game so far. And Reggie, you know what? Again, comparing Guild Wars 1 to Guild Wars 2, I've kind of decided not to do that. I don't know about you, but I'm kind of treating Guild Wars 1 as a separate game.
Completely, totally and utterly worlds apart.
They are. I mean, in fact, it's funny you use that term because I guess, technically speaking, they're the same world, so they're not worlds apart in terms of being able to, So, I mean, that's one of the things I love about this game game is the throwbacks to Guild Wars 1. You know, you can go to all these locations in the game and there's reminders of Guild Wars 1 in there. We absolutely adore that about this game, and we wouldn't have expected any less from ArenaNet. But you're absolutely right, in terms of the game design itself and how you move around in the world, you know, all the systems and features of the game, it is, isn't it? It's completely different. In fact, dare I say it, it's a lot more like WoW, and that's not a bad thing at all. But you know, the controls, the windows, the menus, the way you actually move your character, well, the skills are very different, of course. It's a different game, but you know, it's a lot more like WoW than Guild Wars 1 was. And of course, the biggest thing is that it's actually an open world, and that's the major difference between Guild Wars 2 and Guild Wars 1. And by the way, speaking of the big wide open world and our viewers, you can see there our guild chat is just streaming past. As of this recording, we are 91 members strong in the Pink Yeti army. Look at that, absolutely incredible. We've got 22,500 influence. We're busily building our upgrades all the time, by the way. And we've already got ourselves a guild workshop, and I'd just like to say a very special thanks to all of our wonderful guild members who are contributing that influence. And in fact, if you have a look here, look at all this, all of these guild earning influence entries here in the list. People are buying things, they're doing activities. Every single one of our guild members, Reggie, has contributed to that number, and you know what, at the end of the day, we're all going to benefit from that, because we're going to be able to purchase all of these amazing upgrades here for our guild. And of course, the other great thing is that we're voting for those on our Pink Yeti Army website. So keep an eye out for that, folks, because we're democratic here, and that means that it's not Reggie and I who are deciding which ones we go for next. It is all of you by vote. So yeah, that's in a special area of the forums, and you can't miss it. All right, Reggie, well, I think it's time, as the sun has come out, by the way, as we pan around. Look at that beautiful day here in Tyria. I think it's time for us to carry on our quest, and as always, folks, all you need to do is hover over up the top here, the top right, hover over your tracker, and that's going to highlight on our mini map. Look at that great big bright star there. That's exactly where we need to go, and I think it is talk to Watchman Rebec. So what do you reckon? Is Mr. Sanders all ready to rock and roll with us?
Tally-ho and forward.
Tally-ho and forward. Let's do this thing. Let's go over chat to this guy and get on with our questing here in the very, very beginning of the game. And by the way,
what's going on in the valley? Come talk to me.
Come talk to me. We certainly will. I learnt a trick, by the way, and we'll stop past somewhere and do this in a minute. A little trick on my alt, something we need to pick up before we head out. And I'll talk about that in just a minute. But let's have a chat to this guy and see what he's got to say.
The fields beyond Shaemoor are Kryta's breadbasket. Since the Centaur attack, citizens are trying to rebuild their lives. But it's tough with bandits and dangerous wildlife roaming the area. Don't wait for an invitation. Jump in and help them. This is a waypoint. Waypoints appear on your compass, which is in the lower right corner of your screen. You can also see them on the world map, which you can access by pressing M. Press M again to close the world map. To teleport to a waypoint, open your world map and click on the waypoint to which you want to travel. If you wish to improve your skills, watch for special challenges. They'll test and teach you.
So how good is that, Reggie? I mean, the game just does such a good job of explaining how everything works, doesn't it?
It does, and it keeps the pace so you won't get confused or overwhelmed.
Absolutely. You know what, and I think any new game, if you bombard players with a whole bunch of new stuff, this is going to be all too much. So let's have a look at that map again. And I love this. I absolutely love this. I mean, there are so many things. Firstly, of course, the waypoint there. And these waypoints work just like map travel does in Guild Wars 1. So you just need to click on one of those if you want to travel to it. And you need to unlock more. And they're out in the world. And you can't miss them. These great big glowy blue glowy things that glow, Reggie. Anyway, you know what I mean. And you walk up to one and it'll just unlock, and that means you can travel quickly to it at any time. It costs you a little bit of copper, but that's about it. And then, of course, look over here. These are these things I was talking about before. Can you see on your map over to the west there, Reggie, all these love hearts?
I can. They're very cute.
They are very cute. And aside from being very cute, they're what we're going to be doing for the next couple of episodes. And if we hover over this one down the bottom here, where it says help farmer deer by watering corn, stomping worm mounds, feeding cattle, and defending the fields. So you can see, that's what I was talking about before. It's not just all fighting. There are a whole bunch of other things. And you can see there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of these little tasks for us to do. And again, I know from experience, having gone through here, there are also events that pop up in this area randomly as well. So, for example, you know, even though we're
Sambo,
doing these,
I'm hovering over those little hearts, and I'm seeing that up in the of the dialogue box that comes up there in the top right-hand corner, there's a number.
right?
In the first one, it's 2, and it's in white.
Yes.
However, another one, it says 3, and it's in red.
Yep.
Or 4 in red. Am I making an assumption this is a suggested level that we need to be able to do these?
10 internet points for Reggie. You know what? You were right when you said before, as soon as you get here, you're going to figure it all out. It took me absolutely ages to figure out what those numbers were, and I actually had to ask one of our wonderful guild members. So you're already one up on me. Absolutely right. That is the suggested level. So you're best to follow them around, basically. You can see it sort of goes anti-clockwise around, and that slowly opens up this area as well. But again, look at that. There's a great big green arrow pointing to where we need to go. You can't go wrong in this game. Seriously, you just follow your nose, follow the clues that are given. But, you know, you can see also there's a little progress bar underneath. Like if we look at the first one there, the level 2 one, help farm a deer. See the progress bar? That actually starts filling up as we do the tasks. And you can do any of those tasks. Like if you decided that you just wanted to water the corn, you could do that only and not do any fighting. And you just keep doing that until the bar fills up. Or you can try all of the other activities as well. And again, Reggie, this is completely separate to the events that will go on in the zone. And they pop up randomly and make a big song and dance, so you can't miss them either. And they're generally group events, and what you'll find is that, you know, everyone in the area congregates around them. It's really good because they're kind of like public quests, and everybody joins together to try and fight this big event that happens. And I've seen so many different ones. I don't know how many there are, but they seem to be random. You can do, maybe you have to escort a farmer who's got a bucket of water, or carrying somebody who's injured. I've had to catch rabbits. I've had to fight off a great big nasty spider. And again, you've got like 20, 30, 40 people all doing it. So all these things are optional, of course, and it's why we love this game. There are so many different types of content to do. Absolutely love it. So I think we need to head on down over the bridge. That's where it's pointing us. And by the way, here's one of the big glowy, bluey glow things that are blue and glowing. That's what I mean. That is a waypoint, and we'll come across them very shortly as well. There's more of these as we head further to the west. And again, the more we unlock, the more we'll be able to travel around for free. Alright, here she is. It is Reggie and little Winnie the Pooh, I guess. Now, by the way, Reggie, before we go any further, come back. This is something I discovered by accident, and it is absolutely awesome and essential. What we do is we hop into this little inn here, and again, you won't be used to going inside buildings. Of course, Guild Wars 1 had pretty much no buildings that you could go inside, right?
No, you don't go in buildings.
So yes, come inside. I know it's a strange feeling for you. After all of these years of playing Guild Wars 1. Alright, but this is the little trick. See this guy here, Horatio the Merchant. He has some very cool things that we are going to need. Now, we don't have much money. For example, I don't know about you, but if you right click on him as a vendor, you'll see down the bottom it shows your funds. Now, I've only got 50 copper. How much money have you got?
More people should learn to barter.
I have, I'm not sure, 45.
45 copper.
That's not much.
No, but can you see what he's selling there? Now, a few of these things you'll be familiar with. For example, the crude salvage kit. Of course, you know how to use a salvage kit. It's exactly the same as it is in Guild Wars 1, so we don't need to explain that one. There's a leather bag if you'd like to give yourself more bags. In fact, if I hit I to bring up my inventory, I've got 24 slots. I think I'll hang on to them for now. That's okay. But the next 3 things there. See, we've got copper harvesting sickle, we've got a logging axe, and we've got a mining pick. Now, of course, crafting in this game is amazing, and I can't wait to start covering that off. But one of the big things about that is gathering. From what I remember, you know, there's not much of that in Guild Wars 1, but most MMOs have it, so this might be a bit strange for you as well. But I don't know if you've noticed, Reggie, but out in the world, there are nodes, like, for example, copper nodes, there are nodes of herbs, there are, like, wood, you know, and you can gather those, and they're all used in crafting. In order to gather them though, you need the right tools. So for example, you can see here you can buy 100 mining picks for 24
What do you need?
copper, and you can also buy 100 logging axe or 50 harvesting sickles. So I would recommend that you buy at least one set of those. So just off the top of your head, what appeals to you more? Like mining, like getting ores, or getting wood, or getting harvesting stuff together, blueberries, mushrooms, onion, carrots, herbs. If you hover over it, actually tells you there. So for example, harvesting is going to be good for cooking, logging is going to be good for crafting things that are made out of wood, and of course ore is going to be used to make armor and all that sort of stuff and weapons. So what appeals to you off the bat?
I'm thinking that the harvesting sounds good, because in real life I can't cook. So in a game to be able to cook, it actually sounds quite good.
Yeah, look, and I love cooking in this game. So I reckon we should get different ones though. So that's why I'm asking you. So, all right, well, why don't you grab the harvesting sickle? Do I go axe or mining pick? I think I might actually get the wood. So I'm going to buy a set of logging axes. There we go. And oh, you know what? I can still buy. No, I'm going to keep my money. I'll just hang on to the axes for now. All right. So have you bought up your sickles?
I have.
All right, we are ready to rock. So that's a good tip, by the way, folks. It's easy to miss this merchant when you very first start the game. And then, of course, what's going to be annoying is you're going to be running around in the world and seeing all these harvesting nodes and not be able to do anything about it. So make sure you buy them. All right, Reggie, I think we are all ready to go on our very first adventure. And by the way, speaking of merchants, if we stop past here, you can see at any time, if you walk up to people and hover over them, you can see what they are. For example, here's a trading post. Now, Reggie, the trading post was recently turned off, but oh, and did you get that come up there, the Trainer's Terrace? Did you see that come up down the bottom right of your screen?
Did.
Yep. So that you're going to love that, of course, because that is unlocking areas of the map, and yeah, we know how much you love your exploration title tracks. But this basically, folks, is the auction house, and I do believe it's working now. And oh no, it's not. Look at that, made a liar out of me. Down for maintenance still. They're still having a few problems, but of course we'll cover that off in a later episode in detail, because it's a very important part of the game. You can see here we've got repairs. So I'd like, you know, for a start, she's a merchant. You can just sell stuff. And by the way, Reggie, don't you love when you talk to a vendor, there is a sell junk button? I mean, I love that. You just click on that and all your junk automatically gets sold. You don't have to pick through your bags. It's the best thing ever, if you ask me anyway.
It is very, very useful. I have noticed that one.
Oh, it is so good. Love that one. And all the way around here, folks, for example, there's an engineer trainer. There's a whole bunch of trainers around here. They generally have little hearts of, yeah, look at this. Here we go. An elementalist trainer. This is for me, and she looks absolutely lovely. Let's have a chat with her. Show me your manuals, and you can see here I can't afford any of it just yet, but I've got my master's training manual for level 40. This one I need level 11, etc, etc. So it's very simple. You just go up there and have a chat to them when you hit the right level. You can see got a mesmer trainer, a necromancer trainer. I honestly aren't sure, by the way, Reggie, where there's a warrior trainer, guardian. I'm not sure where
there's a ranger trainer over here.
Of course, it'll be where the targets are for the bows and arrows. So that's going to be your one. And again, folks, if you have a look on the map, you can see where we are. There we go, Trainer's Terrace. Now, by the way, when you look at the map, Reggie, I don't know if you noticed, but there's a little yellow square where it says Trainer's Terrace. Did you notice that?
I did.
Yep. Now, before, that wasn't yellow. It was not filled in. Now, we're going to see a whole bunch of them as we open up new areas of the map, and they basically are points of interest. And you'll see them on the map. They're clearly marked, and they open up exploration title tracks, if you like. So if you want to fully explore a map, make sure you cover them all off. And do you know what else, Reggie? I can't wait to show you vistas. If you have a look on the map, again, just underneath the Shaemoor garrison, underneath the garrison waypoint, you'll see a couple of little triangles there. They are called vistas. Yeah. And folks, if you're playing along from home, what you do, you need to get to those, and quite often they involve jumping puzzles. You need to go and find them and use them, and they will give you a nice big panoramic shot of the vista around that spot, and you have to unlock as many of them as you can. And in fact, if you have a look up here, you can see at the top left of the map, we can see Queensdale completion. Mine says 4%. We've got 0 out of 17 of our hearts done. They're the tasks that we were talking about before. 2 out of 16 waypoints. Got 1 point of interest. There are 21 in this area. Reggie, I know you're going to hunt for all of them. We've got 7 skill challenges, and you can see there are 9 vistas in this area. So it's always a good idea to try and work through those before you leave a zone. And again, that in itself is almost a game all unto itself, let alone doing the questing and the fighting. So Reggie, there is so much to do already in this game, is there not? It is just amazing the amount of different activities you can obsess over, and trust me, I'm obsessing over them all. But look at that city in the background. Do you know, Reggie, we actually get to go there very, very soon after this area, and I can't wait. It's seriously the most amazing looking city on the inside. Have you been in there yet? No, you won't have, because you've not played a human, have you?
No, I haven't.
Oh, it's awesome. You know what? We really need to at least go and chat to one of these people here to do a task. Oh, and look at this, by the way. Can you see, if we open up the map again, now that we're just over this bridge, can you see right ahead of us, it's a Fields waypoint, and it's not blue. Can you see that?
Yes, I can.
Yep, so what we need to do at very least is try and get to that, because that's going to unlock another travel point for us, folks. And you can see it, there it is, the bluey, glowy, blue glow thing. That's it. And we should just be able to walk there.
That's
there
a technical term if I haven't heard one, yep.
Yes, like wibbly wobbly. And look at that, we've got a waypoint indicator come up, 3 out of 16. We actually got XP for that as well, just for discovering it. Now if we look on our map, look at that, it's active. So we can actually teleport back to Shaemoor now, and then come right back here for a small fee. It is that easy. Alright, well, directly ahead of us, I think, up the road, let's do this, because we're seriously running out of time. Look at these, by the way. I love these sprinklers over here. They look amazing. And look at that, there's a new event nearby. And if you have a look on our mini-map, in fact, I'll bring out the main map. There you go. You can see as we hover over it, protect the hay bales from bandits. That's what we were talking about before, Reggie. That is actually an event separate to the task that the farmer has for us. So, I don't know, rather than start the tasks today, we could start that in our next episode. How about we finish off this one by participating in this public quest, this event? What do you say?
That sounds like something to do.
Yep, go on, let's do it. Now, what it is, you can see up the top here, protect the hay bales from bandits. Hay bales remaining 10. Bandit waves defeated 3 out of 10. And you can see we've got tons and tons of players here. They are all helping out, and every single one of us is going to get rated on our performance, by the way. And at the end of this event, a thing will come up and give us a little medal. And depending on that medal is how much XP and goodies we get. We know that you love your goodies, Reggie. So the better we do here, the higher our rank will be for this event, and that means more money, more XP, and more items. Like the sound of that?
I do like the sound of that.
Yeah, we know you love your stuffs. You love your stuffs. Alright, so you can see 4 out of 10 of the waves have been defeated already. We've still got 10 hay bales. Now, by the way, I think if these hay bales start getting attacked, I think they start turning on fire. And you might notice over here, for example, I've got a water bucket. You can pick this bucket up, and when you do pick it up, you can then throw it on a burning hay bale. So it's very, very cool. I just love it. And
save my hay!
I want you to do that.
Throw a bucket of water.
Maybe next. I think in our next episode we'll be doing the actual tasks, because you know how much I love laughing at you carrying things, and I want to see if it's the same in Guild Wars 2. I bet you they've fixed it so you don't look so silly. What do you reckon?
No, knowing my luck, they've made it worse.
I'm hoping so. I'm certainly hoping so. Oops, we got somebody's attention. Whoa, we've performed a combo. Use a finisher skill through a field skill. You may combo by yourself or with your allies. Now, combos, Reggie, are something that we're going to have to talk about in a future episode as well, because it's way too complex for, well, we've only got a couple of minutes left in this one. Oh, look at that. I've got myself a bag of pinched goods. Oh, we like that. And some lockpicks. Very cool. 9 out of 10 bandit waves. We've got one more, and I've got a funny feeling they're up the top. Look at that. They've snuck in behind us. Up we go. But yes, combos are something we're going to have to cover off in a future episode, because that is very complex and very awesome as well. And there we go, look at that. You can see now we finished that event up
Everyone
in the
who eats
top
beef
right,
and drinks milk, thanks.
Near our tracker, I got a contribution level gold medal. And you can see I got myself 296 XP, I got 27 karma points and 13 coins. How did you go, Reggie? Did you get a medal?
I did get a medal, and I got a gold medal, and I got 296 experience points, 27 karma points, and 13 coins. So looks like we both did
Both
good.
did very well. And all you need to do is click on that to dismiss it. But that was an event, folks. And again, that is a random happenstance. You know what? We may come here and it never happens again. It might be a different one. Who knows? But it is different. It is different to these hearts here, which, of course, if we hover over this, are called tasks. And you can see by doing that event, we've already started that task there. My progress bar is about a third of the way finished already. So there we go. I think that's what we're going to have to do next time is this task. And like I said, we've got all sorts of different things there. We have to help them kill worms, stomp out mounds, put fires out, you name it. It's lots and lots of fun. So Reggie, what do you reckon so far about the game? If you had to score it out of 10 points, and I know we're very early on in the Guild Wars 2 series at this point, but if you did have to score it, what would you give it out of 10 so far?
I'd have to say I'd give it 11.
Oh, I don't know. Is she allowed to give something 11 out of 10, folks? But you know what? I kind of agree with you. This game has been nothing short of stellar so far. It's been so much fun. So many different things to do. Every time you log in, it's like this massive choice. Do I want to do crafting? Do I want to go hunting for events? Do I want to go exploring? Do I want to open up vistas? Do I want to do quests? Do I want to work on my skill challenges? The list goes on and on and on. There is so much content. It is ridiculous. And you know what? Knowing ArenaNet, it's only going to get even bigger as the years go by. So I think we certainly made the right decision coming here. Reggie, what do you reckon?
I think, yeah, there's definitely a little bit of content here.
Just a little bit. And you've gone and made friends already. Thank you for that. I think it was just, well, Mr. Sanders took care of him more than anything else, I think. Anyway, folks, we are completely out of time. So thank you very much for joining us in this episode. And again, the first few episodes are going to be a little bit explainy. Of course, we love to make sure that you guys know exactly what we're doing. As the series gets further on, we'll be going more and more into just heading on into battles and doing content rather than explaining everything. But as I said, next week, we'll definitely start on this task here, helping Farmer Deer. And I dare say we'll probably also get up to Fisherman Travis and also Foreman Flanham up there. And I do know there's a big vista up there that we need to explore as well. So I can't wait. So there we go. That's it from us. On behalf of myself, Sambo, Seraphis Hills-a-Lot, who is now level 2 and almost level 2.5. And of course, the wonderful Regina J. Lacerta. So saying take care. Hope you guys are having a great day wherever you are in the world. We do look forward to seeing you next time. We will see you then. And bye-bye.
Bye.